Still waiting on a couple. Let's set ourselves up. If we do have a strap and a couple of blocks today, that will be helpful. If not, whatever home straps you've got, home blocks you've got, just to help us out with some balance when we're doing some standing postures and a little bit of help lengthening our arms and our seated postures. So let's find our way to a comfortable seat. Allowing ourselves to sit up a little bit taller, maybe if we're a bit tight in the hips, sitting up on a towel, blanket, cushion. Removing the flesh away from our buttocks. And then maybe shutting down our eyes. Allowing ourselves to settle in to whatever shape our body is craving this morning. And just bring your awareness to how you're breathing. Do you feel the attention coming down to your belly? Or is the attention up in your chest? How are you breathing this morning? And just noticing that even just by taking our attention to our breath, it starts to slow it down. Starts to make it a little bit more aware, a little bit more stable. This feeling of gently flowing in, gently flowing out. Starting to find a little rhythmic pattern to our breath. And let's keep some shape in our body here. So using the inhales to press through the sitting bones, lift the sternum, lengthen the back of the neck. And using the exhales to soften the shoulders, release the hands, soften the hips. And just allowing our hands to fall either in the lap or on the knees, maybe taking a mudra of your choice. And keep that flow going, inhaling to lengthen the spine, drawing the crown of the head up a little bit, the chin in a little bit. And exhale to soften the shoulders. Soften the hips, drawing the outer knees towards the mat. And as we repeat this a few times with our breath, can we start to feel a natural shape starting to form, a comfortable shape, somewhere where our shoulders are stacked right above our hips. Our head is drawn back so it's stacked right above our shoulders. And we can almost just relax into this shape without any effort at all. Keeping it long, but keeping it soft. And then gently creating a little bit of heat in our breath. Can we constrict our throat, creating an ujjayi breath, just making an oceanic sound through the back of the throat. Starting to warm up the vocal cords. Creating a little more prana, a little more energy as the air comes in and the air goes out. And maintaining this length in the spine and this awareness on our breath. We'll practice Nadi Shodhana this morning before class. Preparing the body, preparing the mind. So taking the right hand, the index and the middle finger between the eyebrows. The right thumb resting on the right nostril. The right ring finger resting on the left nostril. And taking a few more breaths here, still with ujjayi breath. Lengthening the spine, lengthening the back of the neck on the inhale. Softening down the right shoulder and the hips on the exhale. Again, can we find this comfortable position where our shoulders are stacked above the waist, our head is stacked above the shoulders. The right shoulder gently drawing down the back, coming away from the ears. And if for any reason you feel congested this morning or this practice of Nadi Shodhana doesn't feel comfortable, feel free to release your hand and come back to Ujjayi breath. So let's inhale, coordinate the breath together. Exhale together through both nostrils. Inhaling together through both nostrils. Exhaling together through both nostrils. Inhaling together. And then let's block the left nostril, exhale out the right nostril. Practice begins here. Let's inhale through the right nostril. Close the right, open the left, exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left. Open the right, close the left, exhale through the right. And that's one round. We'll keep going. Inhale through the right nostril. Open the left, close the right, exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left. Open the right, close the left, exhale through the right nostril. And continuing this flow, inhaling through the right, changing sides, exhaling through the left. Inhaling, swapping fingers, exhaling. And if you're finding this comfortable, maybe bringing a count to your breath. So counting for 4 on the inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4. And continuing this at your own count. Remembering the inhaling is helping to open the chest, lengthen the spine. The exhale is helping to soften the shoulders, relax the face. Nadi Shodhana is a beautiful way to balance out our right and our left bodies, the right and the left side of the brain, and give us a little bit more information about how our body is this morning, where the energy is flowing comfortably, where it might be a little bit blocked. And I encourage you to take your awareness to those areas where it's blocked. Can we place our awareness there and our attention there? And just sit with that, see if we can start to shift whatever it is that is causing a restriction of breath. And on your next exhale, out the right nostril, gently releasing your hand back to your lap. And feeling into your body how it is, maybe finding your way back to a natural Ujjayi breath. Checking in with that breath. Is it as comfortable? Is it as smooth or as fluid as it was before? Or maybe it's changed. Can we notice the way that it has changed? Always being curious about how this practice affects our body. Continually checking in as we move through class to see what's different. Let's gently draw our palms together, lift the thumbs up to the chest. And we'll open today's class with the chant of one Om. Feel free to follow along out loud or in your mind. Let's inhale together through the nose. Exhale together through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then inhale for Om. Gently blinking open your eyes and rolling over your knees, removing anything that's underneath your buttocks and finding your way onto your hands and your knees. We'll set ourselves up for Bhujangasana. Starting to come through some movement here. Keeping your blocks ready by the side. And so using the breath here still, inhaling as we relax the belly, look forward. Exhale as we tuck the belly button into the spine, looking back. Using the pelvis here to anteriorly tilt, open the chest, inhale. And then posteriorly tilt, round the back, exhale. Keep this flow going. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to look back. Feeling this ripple up your spine, starting with the pelvis, finishing with the neck. And then a ripple back down, starting with the pelvis, finishing with the neck. Being creative here and curious about where we're a bit stiff and sore, bringing our attention to these areas and just moving into it gently. Maybe this means we move a little side to side. Maybe this means we start to twist our pelvis around. Making some gentle circles with our hips. Moving a couple in one direction, a couple in the other direction. And then bringing ourselves back to stillness, having our shoulders stacked over our wrists, our hips over our knees. And can we press firmly into our right hand, active in our belly, and reach our left hand forward, and then press firmly down into our left knee and float our right foot back. So pressing firmly into the left knee and the right hand, active in the fingertips, the knuckle pads, and then lowering the left hand and the right knee down. Swapping sides, strong in the left hand as we float the right hand forward, strong in the right knee as we float the left foot back. Active in the belly, maintaining some strength here all the way from the left hand, up the arm, through the armpit, across the belly, back down to the right knee. That's our line of strength. Exhale, right hand down, left knee down. One more time. Pressing into the right hand, float the left hand and the right knee back. Press firmly into that right hand and the left knee. And then maybe bend the right knee and the left hand, binding at the back. And as we gently push our right foot into the left hand, feeling an opening through that front line now. Gently release. Left hand down, right knee down, swapping sides. Inhale, press into the left hand, right hand floats, left heel reaches back. Strong from the left hand to the right knee. And then maybe bend the left knee. Right hand goes back. Gently kicking the left foot into the right hand. Feeling a stretch now through the front. And then gently releasing, placing the feet back down, the hand back down. Walking the hands a step forward, and we'll roll our shoulders forward and then come all the way down on our bellies. Keeping the hands under the shoulders. Let's inhale for a baby cobra, keeping the elbows by the side, strong in the tops of the feet, active in the belly. Exhale down. And again, inhale up. Starting to feel some activity in our lower back, but still pressing our belly into the mat, bracing our stomach, our abdomen. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears, starting to feel good strength in the back now. For Bhujangasana, beautiful way to strengthen the lower back. Exhale down. And then drawing the hands back a little bit, let's inhale, lift the chest, and maybe staying here if we're sensitive in the back. But if we're feeling okay, pressing through the hands, extending the elbows, and just coming straight up into Bhujangasana, upward facing dog. Still strong in the tops of the feet, active in the belly, bending the elbows, exhale, come all the way down. And again, either Bhujangasana or inhale, extend the elbows, Urdhva Gazes forward, maybe we start to look a little bit higher, but active in the belly. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up, either taking Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha. Strong in the tops of the feet, active in the belly. And exhale down. Bring the hands underneath the forehead and rock the hips side to side for a moment before pressing ourselves up, sitting back on our heels for Balasana, child's pose. And just relaxing, feeling a nice stretch through the lower back. Knowing that this is a beautiful resting place to come to at any time during class that you need it. And then if the arms are by your side, extending them out in front, Utthita Balasana. Inhaling up, hands and knees. Tucking the toes under, let's press the hips up and back, keeping the knees bent for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And just gently walking out the ankles here. Stretching the backs of the legs. Warming up the body. Being active and aware of what's happening in our hands. Can we keep pressing down into our index finger, our thumb, and our pinky finger? Feeling strength through those 3 points. And then inhale forwards, Kumbhakasana, shoulders stacked over the wrists, active in the belly. Let's lower the knees down, everyone together this first time. Inhale forwards, exhale down halfway. We're going to keep the elbows tucked by the sides, just halfway, and pause here, feeling the strength, and then all the way down. Inhaling up, either Bhujangasana or extend the elbows, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then exhale, tuck the belly under. Maybe we push straight back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Walking out the feet again. And then staying in downward dog, let's inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels to the right. Keeping the same shape in the upper body as we feel a stretch through the left side body. Opening up through the left lat muscle, latissimus dorsi. Feeling a beautiful stretch from the left hip all the way to the left armpit. And inhaling up to the middle. Exhale down to the left. Now feeling the stretch on the right. Still reaching our belly back to our thighs. Staying strong in our right hand. Pressing into the mat. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down, heels to the right, stretching the left. Inhale up, heels to the left, feeling the stretch on the right. And then inhale up. Rolling forward, shoulders stacked above the wrists. Option to lower the knees now. Or inhale forwards. Exhale down all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Maybe extending the elbows. Exhale, pushing back. Padangusthasana. And then releasing the knees down to the floor. Balasana. Having a little rest here, bring the hands by the side or maybe under the forehead. And just allow yourself to rest, checking in with your body, seeing how you feel. Maybe doing a little stretch through the wrists, feeling into your lower back, checking in. Let's inhale the arms forward. Coming up on the hands and knees, tuck the toes under, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And then can we inhale, lift the right foot tall. Exhale, bring the right knee to the chest, gently rolling forward as we step between the hands. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, lift the arms. Chalanasana. And then exhale, bring the hands to frame the front foot, extending the right knee. Press the right hip back for Ardha Hanumanasana. Feeling a nice stretch through the back of the right hamstring. We'll repeat this again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Chalanasana. And maybe have a little back bend. Feeling a nice stretch through the left hip flexor. Exhale. Hands frame the foot. Ardha Hanumanasana. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Strong in the belly. Maybe having a little back bend. Hands down. Extending the right hip back, deepening that right hip crease. And then inhale up, hands frame the front foot. Exhale, step back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg tall. Exhale, left knee to the chest, stepping between the hands with control. Lower the right heel, knee down. Inhale, arms up, Chalanasana. Feeling a beautiful stretch through the right hip flexor. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Extend the left knee. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, arms up. Maybe having a little back bend, maybe the hands even linked together. Exhale, extending the left knee, stretching the left hamstring. Inhale, last one. Maybe a little deeper with the back bend. Exhale, deepening that left hip crease as we bring our belly towards the thighs. And then inhale, hands frame the foot. Exhale, left foot steps back to meet the right, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And taking 2 breaths here, feeling strong in the hands. And then inhale forwards, Kumbhakasana. Option to lower the knees if this feels better for you. And then inhale forwards, this time we'll come down halfway again, holding for Chaturanga Dandasana, pausing here for a moment. And then inhale, lifting the chest, rolling over the toes, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Before exhale, pressing the floor away, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Active in the belly, strong and slow transition. And then inhale as we tiptoe our toes up towards our hands. Slow little baby steps, keeping our hands on the floor as long as we can. Finding our way in Uttanasana. And allowing the head to go heavy. Bring the hands to the lower back, interlacing the fingers. And maybe leaving them on the pelvis. If we have any sensitivity in our shoulders, this is nice. But maybe if we're comfortable, we allow our hands to come up and over our head. As you relax our face, relax our arms. Allow gravity to do the work for us. Allow some breaths to come in the nose, out the mouth. And then releasing the hands back to the pelvis if they've come up. Drawing a line down the back of our buttocks, our hamstrings all the way back to the floor. Inhaling up to a halfway lift now. Flat back, sitting bones back, crown of the head forward. Exhale, forward fold, belly touching the thighs. 2 more of these. Inhale up, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale up, Ardha Uttanasana. Finding a little more length in those hamstrings. And then exhale, forward fold. And then weight back into the heels. Inhale, lifting the arms, circle, sweep them up to the ceiling. Urdhva. Exhale, hands draw down the center. Tadasana. And so just taking a moment here. Checking back in with that breath. And gently finding our way to the top of the mat. We'll move through some Surya Namaskar, salutes to the sun, as we continue to warm up the body. Standing in Tadasana, let's inhale, lift the arms up, Urdhva. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back, then the left, Kumbhakasana. Option to lower the knees here. And then inhale forwards, exhale down all the way to the mat. Slow and steady, elbows by the side. Inhale, lift the chest, either stay in Bhujangasana or extend the elbows, Urdhva Svanasana. And then exhale, first round, let's lower down all together. Back to the mat, pressing up on the knees, tuck the toes, pressing back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lifting the right leg tall, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to the chest, stepping between the hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale up, Ashvasanchalanasana. Maybe a little back bend here. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Extending the right hip back. And then inhale, coming the weight into our right foot. We'll step forward, Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, standing tall. Urdhva. Exhale, hands by the side. Tadasana. Okay, left side now. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, standing, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, left foot back, right foot back, Kumbhakasana. Option to lower the knees. Inhale forwards, exhale down all the way to the mat. Inhale, Bhujangasana, or maybe extend the elbows, Urdhva Svanasana. And maybe lowering the chest or pressing straight back over the toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking 2 breaths here. Getting long through the armpits, drawing the belly button back towards the thighs. Inhale, left leg tall, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the chest, stepping between the hands, lowering the right knee down. Inhale, lift the arms. Ashvasanchalanasana. Little back bend. Exhale, frame the front foot, pressing the hip of the left back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, lifting the chest, strong in the left foot, stepping to the top of the mat. Uttanasana. Falling over the front thighs. Weight back in our heels, inhale up. And exhale, hands by the side. Okay, we'll flow a little bit smoother with the breath now. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, bend the knees, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, Kumbhakasana. Option to lower the knees as we inhale forwards. Exhale down. Option to pause here at Chaturanga Dandasana or go all the way to the floor. And then inhale, Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, pressing back, strong in the belly. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Staying strong in that transition as we take 2 breaths now, letting go a little bit of heat out the mouth. Inhale, right leg tall, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to the chest, stepping between the hands, lowering the back knee. Inhale up, Ashvasanchalanasana. Little back bend here. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Hamstring stretch. Inhale, strong into the right foot, stepping forward with the left. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Weight back in the heels, inhale up. And then we'll flow straight on. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, Kumbhakasana. Option to lower the knees. And then inhale forwards, either going all the way to the mat or pausing halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana, feeling the strength, getting long and strong as we inhale up to either Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, press the floor back. Everyone meets together, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking 2 breaths here. Drawing the belly back towards the thighs. Strong in the hands, thumb, index finger and pinky finger, all the same intensity. As we lift the left foot tall, left knee to the chest, stepping between the hands. Lowering the right knee down, lifting the arms up. Utthita Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale, hands by the foot. Extending the left hip back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale up, strong in the left foot, stepping the right foot together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands by the side. And so this last round, I'll leave the cues so that you can flow your way through in your own pace. So allow yourself to follow your breath. Each breath in, each breath out, following that guidance. Let's start together. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend the knees, Uttanasana. Inhale, and exhale. And continue on at your own pace, finding your way through with your variations. Really listening to your body. Use this as a chance to really feel what's going on. And as you find your way back to Tadasana, keeping the eyes closed, once again checking in with your body, checking in with your breath. How are you doing? And then gently opening the eyes. And if you have some blocks or some books or something that can help with your balance, grabbing those out, popping them at the top of your mat. And then standing at the top of your mat, I'm going to turn side on just to help with some visuals. But staying at the top of your mat, hands on your hips, taking your weight into your right foot and finding Vriksasana, tree pose, taking a variation either with your foot to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Hands on the hips. As we press into that right foot, that right buttock, lifting the left hip a little bit higher than the right hip, active in the right buttock. And then if we can we bring our hands behind our back, maybe holding onto the elbows, or maybe finding reverse Namaskar, whichever feels better for our shoulders. And feeling some wobbles, I'm over. If you come back in, if you fall over, just come back in with a bit of a smile. But see if you can find something to help your balance. A drishti point, something to focus your gaze on. Feeling the connection between your right foot and the floor and the strength in your right buttock. Can we feel some opening through the chest, some stretching in the arms, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. And then releasing the hands to the hips. Let's inhale, draw the left knee forward and step it back one leg length. Lowering the left heel down and gently straightening the right knee. Checking our alignment here with like our right ankle in line with our left heel. Setting ourselves up for Trikonasana. So the left heel comes in, the left heel goes out, the left toes come in a little bit. Pressing firmly into the outside edge of our right foot as we open our right hip up. Maybe that left hip rolls in a little bit if we're sensitive in the lower back today. And then let's inhale up, hands at shoulder height. Having a little micro bend in that right knee. Let's inhale forwards. Exhale down, right hand down, left arm up. And if you like using a block here, grab one of your blocks and place it underneath your hand. Or just gently place the outside of your hand against the inside of your thigh, your shin. Feeling that opening that happens here. Still having a micro bend in that right knee. Maybe the gaze looks up at the left hand. Feeling some stretching as we reach up with the left. And then bringing the left hand to the left hip. Looking down at the right hand, let's bend the right knee. Bring the right hand to the right hip as we'll come just straight up, roll over into a high lunge. So we're just coming up onto our back toes, finding our balance here again. And then let's inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend forward from the hips, taking our weight into our right foot. Lifting the left foot, finding the blocks underneath our shoulders. For Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So imagine we're kicking our left heel back as strong as we can, pressing firmly into our right foot. Can we grow longer through our crown of our head, get long through the back of the neck? And if we're strong here, maybe we can lift our hands from the blocks. Maybe it goes to prayer. Maybe we reach back. Or maybe we reach forward. Feeling the wobbles. Feeling the strength of that right buttock, the right ankle. 2 more breaths. Pressing a little bit further into that right foot, getting a little bit further away from the mat. And then bending the right knee, reaching the left foot back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward. Whew, very nice. Let's find our way to the top of the mat. And we'll repeat this in the left. So strong in the left foot now. Right foot comes to the left ankle. left calf, or the left inner thigh. Hands on the hips, trying to find our balance. Get that drishti point back. Strong in that left buttock as we lift the right hip a little taller. When we feel like we've got our balance, finding the variation with your hands. Opening the chest. This is all in preparation for bigger chest openers as we move through class. So can you gently try and find a little more space through your collarbones as they draw apart? As we stay long through the back of the neck. Strong in the left buttock. Feeling the wobble. And then inhale, hands back to the hips. Knee comes forward. Exhale, step the right foot back. Trikonasana. Finding our alignment here again. Heel and heel. Turning our back toes in, our back heel out a little bit. Pressing into the outside edge of the left foot now. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, reach the left hand forward. Exhale, turn left hand down, right hand up. Feeling that opening, that stretching. Taking a block under the left hand if you like that. But can we stay active in our left hamstring? Keeping a micro bend in the left knee as we start to gaze up at our right hand. Using every inhale to open the chest a little bit more. Every exhale to soften the right shoulder blade down our back. As we get a little bit more opening here, Trikonasana, a beautiful way to stretch the left adductor muscles, but also to open the chest. And then exhale, looking down at the left hand. Right hand comes to the right hip. Inhale, come up on the back toes. Hands to the hips. And then inhale, take the chest up. Exhale, bend into the left foot, lifting the right leg tall. Lowering the hands to the blocks, finding our balance. Long through the right heel, long through the crown of the head. And then if you're feeling strong, maybe with the hands lift to prayer. Back alongside the body. Or reaching forward. Can we lift that right heel a little higher? Imagine someone just come along and rested their coat on your heel. Keep that coat up. Active through the right buttock as we press into the left foot, strong in the left glutes. Finding your strength here, using the breath. Last one now. And then inhale, gently bending the left knee. Right foot comes down. Exhale, stepping to the top of the mat. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. Nice. And now we'll come to the long edge of the mat. Taking our feet wide apart. Gently turning the toes in, the heels out. Having a little bend of the knees. And if we're sensitive in our lower backs, bringing the blocks with you. Placing them just in front of our body. Hands on the hips to start. Bending the knees. Let's inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, tip from the hips. Bring the hands down to the blocks that are just under our shoulders. And see if we can get long here. Reaching our sitting bones back, our crown of our head forward. Active in the belly. Keeping a micro bend in the knees. If we're sensitive in our backs today, this is a great place to stay. Working on getting long through the spine. Or if we're feeling like we'd like to go a little bit deeper, maybe walking the blocks forward if we can. Walking them a little bit further forward. And as the blocks go forward, or if we don't have blocks, just walking our hands forward on the floor, we can lower our chest down drawing our belly through our thighs. And when we get out end of our range, we should feel a really nice stretch under our armpits here. Opening up through the chest. Using the exhale now to soften a little bit deeper. Relaxing into the chest, relaxing into the groin. Still reaching back with our sitting bones. Allowing gravity to let your chest fall closer towards the mat. And then inhale, gently lift the chest, walk the hands back under the shoulders. Bending the knees. Inhale up, hands to hips. Exhale, standing all the way up. Heel toe the feet back together. And we'll turn around back to the top of the mat. Placing our blocks just by the side so they're ready if we need them. And let's inhale, lift the arms tall. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Taking our time with this vinyasa. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, stepping back. Kumbhakasana. An option to lower the knees down and come to kneeling. Or inhale forwards. Bring ourselves down through a chaturanga. Inhale up. And then exhale back. And then we'll all meet together, knees down to the mat, sitting back on our heels. And just taking a moment here, hands on your thighs, closing down the eyes, feeling a nice stretch through the front of the ankles, feeling the grounding of sitting comfortably on our mat. Drawing our awareness back to that Ujjayi breath. Lengthening the spine on the inhale. Softening the face on the exhale. And then maybe staying where we are, or if we're okay in our feet, let's come up and just tuck our toes underneath. Helping out with our hands if we need to. If this is uncomfortable, we can just stay kneeling with our tops of our feet on the floor. And then let's inhale our left arm up. Exhale our hand behind our back. And just gently with our right hand, supporting that left elbow. As we inhale, looking forward, gently pressing our head back into our arm, feeling a stretch through the underside of the armpit. Now we can either stay here, or if this is comfortable, we can reach around the back, connect our arms, and feel a little bit more opening through the left armpit, softening the shoulders away from the ears. And then wherever you are, releasing here, and we'll swap sides. Inhale, right hand up, right hand behind the back, left hand on top of the right elbow. As our feet start talking to us now, can we feel that breath, the Ujjayi breath, giving us control? Maybe swapping over so our hands loop together behind the back. Strong through the breath now. This is where that prana is helpful. Focusing our awareness. Having a strong single pointed focus on that breath. That dharana. And then gently releasing our hands. Bringing our hands in front of the body, unclasping the toes. And giving them a little bit of a stretch, maybe a bit of a wiggle out on the mat. And rolling to one side, let's extend the legs in front of our body. And we're going to come down to lie onto our backs. So lying down onto your back. Let's lift the hips up and we're going to place our wrists together underneath our buttocks. So thumbs are touching. Our buttocks are sitting on top of our wrists. Arms extended by our side. And then let's inhale to lift our legs up into Viparita Karani. Drawing the toes back towards our face, dorsiflexing the ankles. Trying to have our feet stacked above our hips. And if we have a little bend in the knees, that's completely fine. But maybe shutting down the eyes here. Maybe finding the breath of Ujjayi again, creating some strength and some warmth in the throat. As we try and find a little bit of comfort in what can be quite a challenging position. Keep reaching the heels up to the ceiling on the inhale. Relaxing the shoulders and the face on the exhale. Feeling strong in the belly, gently pressing the lower back into the mat. And as the legs start talking to you, can we move our way back to the focus on the breath? Five more breaths here, slow and steady. And then gently drawing the knees in towards the chest. Taking our hands around our knees, giving them a big hug. Rocking from side to side. And let's rock and roll up our spine. And coming up, so we're sitting on the floor with our hands behind our body. Our feet flat on the floor. And can we press down firmly, having our feet hip width apart, toes spread wide. Inhale as we lift the chest. Exhale as we press into the heels, lifting the hips up. Padangusthasana. Keeping the chin tucked in here for a moment as we feel some opening through the chest, drawing our collarbones apart. Can we lengthen, externally rotating our shoulders? And if it's comfortable for our neck, looking up at the ceiling and maybe looking back. Feeling a nice opening through the front of the throat here. And then inhale, scooping the chin up, forward and in. Lowering the hips down. Again, hugging the knees into the chest. And we'll do this one more time. So the option here is to either keep the feet so that the knees are bent, or we can extend them all the way out for a little more challenge. Either way, we're pressing firmly into our hands, toes, fingers pointing back towards our hips. Inhale to lengthen the chest. Exhale to lift the hips as we press into the heels, opening the chest. And if it feels okay for the neck, inhale, looking up and back. Feeling active through the back side of the body, pressing into the heels and into the hands. And then inhale, scoop the chin up, forward and in. Exhale, releasing the hips to the floor. Bend the knees up, give them a good hug. Hugging the chin in towards the chest. Relaxing the neck. Feeling a nice stretch through the back side of the neck. And then let's lie down onto our backs. If we can, taking one of our blocks with us. Also making sure we have our strap close by. As we lie down, this is nice to have set up, ready to go. So one block and a strap next to you. Lying down with our feet hip width apart. We're going to inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. And then exhale, press down through the heels, lift the hips up in the air for Setubandha Savangasana. Drawing the tailbone back towards the heels, staying active in the belly. And if you like a more restorative posture here, we can place the block either on the middle or the low setting underneath our pelvis. But if you're happy with an active posture here, we can stay here, maybe walking the arms underneath our shoulders, interlacing the fingers, drawing the palms together. Opening the chest. Keeping the knees hip width apart here. Don't let them fall apart. And then gently releasing the hands if they're bound, lowering our pelvis back down, releasing the block if you're using a block, and gently rock the knees to the right and the knees to the left. Okay, one more time. Setubandha Savangasana. Let's inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press into the heels, lift the hips. Either place a block under your pelvis for restorative, or interlace the fingers maybe the opposite way as we walk our elbows underneath our shoulders, pressing our fingers into the mat as we draw our hands together, lengthening our tailbone towards our heels. Keeping our gaze either straight up at the ceiling or eyes closed here. Setubandha Savangasana, a beautiful way to strengthen the hamstrings and the legs. And opening the chest here with this arm variation. And then releasing the hands, removing the blocks, lowering the pelvis back down to the floor. Once again, allowing the knees to roll to the right and the left. Now we have two more back bends to move into. We can either choose another Setubandha Savangasana or Urdhva Dhanurasana. So it's the same setup for Urdhva Dhanurasana, except we have our hands up by our shoulders, fingers pointing down, elbows drawing in. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, pressing into the heels, lifting the hips. And then inhale, pressing into the hands, straight up. Trying to extend the knees, soft through the face. Staying as long as is comfortable, and when you're ready, tucking the chin to the chest, rolling down onto your shoulders. And with control, coming back down. Releasing any tension in your lower back. Closing your eyes. Allowing your body to go soft. Okay, last back bend here. Your choice, Setu Bandha Savangasana or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Listening to what your body is asking for. And when you're ready, move into it with some awareness and some control on the way in and the way out, using the breath to guide your movement. And then releasing the posture with control, coming down onto your shoulders from Urdhva Dhanurasana. And when you're ready, taking the feet wide, the knees together for constructive rest. Allow your exhales to become a little longer. Let go of all the tension from your face and your neck. Soak up this special moment where time seems to stand still. Then gently bringing your feet back to hip width apart, let's place our left ankle on top of our right knee. Reaching through with our hands, taking the back of the right thigh or the front of the right knee. For Supta Ekapada Rajakapotasana. Supine Pigeon. And as we draw our right knee up towards our chest, can we reach our left hip towards the floor? Reaching towards the front of the room with our left buttock. Softening through the shoulders. Sending our breath down towards the left hip. Finding a little bit more softness there. And then releasing our right foot to the floor, unhooking the left foot and swapping sides. Right ankle to the left knee, reaching through, taking the front of the left knee or the back of the left thigh. And relaxing our head and our shoulders back as we draw the left knee towards the chest. Should be feeling a beautiful stretch through the right buttock here. There shouldn't be any sensitivity in the right knee. If there is, maybe actively dorsiflexing the right ankle can help. And then gently releasing the left foot to the floor, unhooking the right foot, and reaching and taking your strap. And we're going to place the strap around the left foot, reaching the heel up to the ceiling, having the strap around the ball just underneath the toes. And keeping this strap in both hands, maybe extending our right foot long down the mat, staying active in that right leg, pressing the back of the knee into the mat as we draw the toes back to the face. And softening through the shoulders here, having a little bend in our elbows. Let's inhale to lengthen the left heel and exhale to soften, gently drawing the toes back towards the face. Inhale to lengthen the heel. Exhale to draw the toes back. Supta Padangusthasana, beautiful stretch for the back of the hamstrings. And then gently releasing, bending the left knee, unhooking the strap, placing the left foot on the floor. Bring the right knee in, placing the strap around our right ball of our foot and extending that up. If we don't have a strap, we can simply hold onto our calf. That's great. Option to extend the left leg long, staying active in that left leg. Maintaining some softness in our shoulders. Using the breath here to inhale, lengthen the heel tall. Exhale, soften the toes back towards the face. Just gently finding your edge. Somewhere where you feel a tension in the right hamstrings, but it's a comfortable tension. Softening through the breath, using long and slow exhales to find a little more space, a little more ease in this posture. And then gently bending the right knee, unhooking the strap. And let's bend both knees in, hug them in towards the chest, rocking from side to side. We'll place both feet on the floor. Let's inhale, lift the hips up and shuffle them over to the right side. Extending out the left leg long, bring the right knee up and across for a supine twist. And as the right knee reaches towards the floor, we can open our right shoulder, reaching our right fingers to the right side. And to start with, let's keep our face and our gaze to the left. Taking 3 breaths here, facing the left side. And then inhaling, looking up at the ceiling for 3 breaths. Feeling the belly rise and the belly fall. And then inhale, turning over the right shoulder. Feeling how this opens and twists us a little bit further. Feeling a beautiful stretch now through the right chest. Seeing if we can soften that right shoulder down towards the mat. Inhale, gently draw the feet back to the middle. Lifting the hips, taking the hips over towards the left as we extend the right knee long, the left knee coming up and over to the right side of the mat now. From here, the left arm and shoulder reach long. And let's keep our gaze to the right. Taking 3 breaths here as we look to the right side of the room. Feeling the softness through the belly. A little bit more rotation with every exhale. And then inhaling, looking up at the ceiling. Starting to open the chest a little more to the left. And then inhaling, turning over our left arm. Now feeling a nice stretch through the lower back. Our left shoulder reaching for the floor. Allowing your body to go soft here. And then gently releasing, drawing our hips back to the middle. Once again, bringing the knees in towards the chest, giving the knees a big hug. And taking any final postures here that your body needs before we come to stillness. Maybe taking the big toes, coming into an Balasana, or anything else you feel like you would like to do before we come to stillness. Really checking in with your body. What are you craving? And then when you're ready, gently extending the legs out, setting yourself back up in Shavasana. Legs extended, arms reaching long. Taking any props that might be good for you. Maybe a blanket under the head, under your knees. Maybe rugging yourself up so you stay nice and warm. Maybe something soft over your eyes to help block out the light. And as you start to feel comfortable here, can you reach your heels a little bit further away from your hips, allowing the toes to spread wide? Can you reach your hands a little further from your shoulders, allowing your thumbs to fall down towards the mat? And can you lengthen the back of your neck, finding a little bit more space until you can comfortably soften, falling heavy into the mat. Drawing your awareness back towards your breath. Gently feeling the belly rising and the belly falling. And maintaining some awareness on this breath. Let's move our awareness up to our nostrils. And can we feel the sensation of the air coming in and the air going out? Let's see if we can start to direct this energy, this prana, through different parts of the body. So on your next inhale, can you draw the air in through the nostrils and direct that energy down into the right arm? Feeling as you breathe in that that right arm is filled with this cascade of energy, activity. And as you breathe out, the air just gently, and the energy just gently falls away. One more time, breathing in through the nostrils, energy, awareness going into the right arm. As you breathe out, that full rushing river comes back up the arm, back out the nostrils. And we'll repeat this on the left. So inhaling through the nostrils, feeling the energy flow into that left arm. Exhale, allow that energy to blow back out our nostrils. One more time, inhale through the nostrils. Feeling that cascading effect of the energy going through the shoulder, the elbow, all the way to the tips of the fingers. And as we exhale, that energy just draws back out, up towards the chest, back out through the nose. And this time, can we inhale and feel both arms getting filled up with that energy? Imagining that air getting diversified through the right and the left side, all the way to the fingertips. And then exhale as it draws back out. One more time. Inhale, drawing the air in, splitting down the middle, one to the right, one to the left, all the way to the fingertips. Exhale. Air falls back out. And this time, let's take our awareness to our legs. So inhale, air coming in the nostril, down through the chest and the belly into the right leg, all the way to the toes. A little bit longer this inhale, and a little bit longer the exhale. Feeling that energy rush back up the body, out the nose. Inhale, breathing in, feeling that energy rush down the right side of the body, all the way to the right toes. Exhale, feel that energy draw back out. And then feeling that down the left side of the body. Inhaling again, slow and steady. That rush of energy down the left side of the body, down the left hip, the thigh, all the way to the left toes. Exhale, let it go. Let it fall back out. One more time, inhale down the left side. Feeling that tension dissipate as that energy rolls through the hips, the knees, and then falls back out as it comes back up to the nostrils. And this time inhaling all the way down, feeling that energy move to the right and the left leg together, all the way to the toes. And then exhale, feel that low all the way back out. One more time, inhale down through the chest, the belly, through both hips, the knees, to the big toe on the right foot, the big toe on the left foot. And exhale, allow that to flow all the way back out. And finally, can we feel this happen to all four limbs at once? Taking a long, slow breath in. Feeling like these four rushing rivers coming from our nose, through our chest, to both arms, down to both legs. Exhale, allowing these rivers to fall back out. Two more times. Inhale through the chest, and then feeling those rivers diverge to the arms, to the legs. And then rushing back up, a stream back out the nose. Last time, breath in. Feeling that falling water down to the fingertips, all the way down to the toes. And then exhaling, allowing that to flow back out. And then drawing the awareness back to the center of the chest. Moving that awareness down to the belly. Maybe we still feel that gentle impulse of the energy coming in the nostrils, but just localized now in the center of our body. As we feel this energy gently filling us up, and then letting it go. Maintaining some awareness on that soft, gentle breath. This is now your time to rest. I'll let you know when it's time to come back out. And gently bringing your awareness back into your body. Starting to deepen your breath, starting to move your fingers, starting to stretch your toes. Maybe rolling your head from side to side. Maybe stretching your body long, reaching your arms up above the head. Giving your body a big full stretch. And then gently rolling to one side, cradling your arms underneath your head. Staying here for a moment. Allowing yourself to feel held and comfortable. Before gently pressing yourself up to a seat, maybe keeping the gaze soft or the eyes closed. As we sit up tall, finding our way back to a cross-legged seat, broadening the chest, lengthening the spine. And let's inhale, draw the palms together, lift the hands up towards the chest in Anjali Mudra. And we'll close today's class with one chant of Om, coordinating the breath to inhale together, exhale out the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And then inhaling for Om. Lifting the thumbs to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you all for your efforts. Enjoy your break and enjoy the rest of your day.